Let me start with a very simple, obvious question. What is the project management in plain language? The reason I put this question first is that the projects seem to be intertwined with the life of the humankind since it is born. For example, the Babel Tower in the Bible seems to be a project, and also any war in the history of humankind is kind of a project. I mean, the project as a resulting outcome must be very different from perceiving it as a project and conceptualizing it as a project. It's quite different. So what's the definition of a project management?
Project management is getting things done. So since the beginning of mankind, as you mentioned, we are doing projects. Maybe big buildings or to organize events. So this is something that is very naturally related to humankind. For large and complex projects, we typically need to do more than for a small project. So project management, and I highlight the word management, we need to impose many tools and competences and approaches to manage, for example, to fly to the moon or to build such a huge bridge like the ancient bridge here in Korea.
Yeah, from your answer, it seems to be project management should be differentiated from process management. But still, people are confused with project management with the process management. How far different between two concepts?
I would say it's two sides of the coin. Project management is concerned with getting things done in a certain time frame, in a budget, to a certain quality. Process management is more concerned with repetition. So processes are concerned with doing the same thing in the same situation. So, and also project management tries to incorporate those repetitions in order to get more efficient results. But both are interdependent. IPMA sees there's much more than processes to do because, as I said, it's the people doing projects. So it's about leadership, it's about communication, teamwork. It's all based also on processes, but that's not sufficient, that's not enough. And this is why we need to look into the wider context of our projects.
So can you give us some clue, hopefully some clear examples as to how project management can contribute to national economy?
Oh, very much. For example, in my country, in Germany, more than a third of the national gross product is done through project. And that's not only the industry, which is quite doing a lot of projects, but also the public sector, a lot of governmental programs, down to the municipalities, they are doing projects. But also in the not-for-profit sector, we see a lot of projects. So project management is contributing to all these sectors, so it's contributing to the wealth of the nation.
Can you explain how International Project Management Association, your association, does in reality?
IPMA is a federation of 63 national project management associations, so all over the world. We started IPMA in 1965, so it's already 50 years, and it's built on experience exchange. Sometimes I say IPMA is like the United Nations for project management. We bring our country representatives together, they share ideas, share experiences, and try to help to develop the profession in all those countries forward. First of all, we develop standards, global standards, describing what kind of competences are needed. And that's very important to support the people in their personal development. And the personal development may be done through the education at universities or certain schools. It continues typically in a practical environment in companies and corporates. And we support that by curricula, by training offerings, not directly, but through our training partners. And finally, we have a certification system in place that documents a certain qualification to the market. And that's very important. If someone is looking for a project manager with a certificate, this company or this client can be assured that this project manager is having a certain experience in the field.
I can see the major role of the IPMA is certification and also training. And these two are also backed by drawing best practices, and also standards. Setting of a standard is quite different to my mind. Is it really different for the two concepts?
IPMA is offering 3 global standards to the market. The IPMA individual competence baseline, that's the competences for individuals. And for example, this one is developed through experts from all those countries that I mentioned. So they come together, it's a project to develop based on best practices in all those countries. And it's a consensus process, so it means all the countries need to agree to this standard, they need to contribute. So at the end we have a consensus document that is a real global standard drawn from the best practices in all those countries.
As you can see, Korea just established a new association. When it is agreed, then Korea might be the 6th or 4th member of your association. Can you give us any useful advice as to for the newly established organization?
I think it's an intensive process that you're going through in establishing a Korean Project Management Association. And congratulations, you had a very quick start. Now you need to follow a roadmap, do step after step, and that may be developing training offerings, education offerings that can go up to master courses in project management. Then certainly you would establish a certification system, because that's typically what the market is looking for. But also try to establish a young crew, because these are the young professionals that are driving us into the future. And this is why we also need to engage them and bring them into the community. And IPMA is supporting you in this, so you can learn from other examples how it is working in Germany or in other countries that are starting off. And we are open to share, bring experts into Korea and help you to develop that. So all the best.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.